Hello, hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone is well. It's not dark today, which makes a change. I think the last few games have been very late, but today it's at 2:05, which is a interesting time. How you doing, Harry? Fish says fish. That's always. I was gonna say at least that makes more sense than Biscan, which is what you normally say. But I can see that you've said Biscan as well. But I hope you are good. Jeffrey says another football day. I hope I'm not going to be disappointed. That was my feeling this morning. But you may not be disappointed today because the lineup is completely different. I'll see if I can bring it up. So there's no Salah today. You know the guy who doesn't pass the ball. He is absent. If you see that, I think these kind of predicted formations, they always end up doing them wrong. So I don't think Gakpo will be on the right. But yeah, you've got Wirtz and Isak in the same team, which is great because Wirtz wants to pass the ball, which we haven't really had recently, and Isak wants to score. So it'll be interesting to see those two playing together. I think Wirtz might be on the right because I don't see Gakpo being on the right, which is really weird. So if it's a 4-2-3-1, which I guess we'll find out in a few minutes, Wirtz will probably be on the right, or it might be a different formation. Let's see. But it's encouraging that he's at least changed things up slightly. So I think that's a positive. I'm a bit more confident now than I was yesterday. Fish has eventually said Biscan. Okay, that makes sense. This is the real fish we're dealing with. It's not a fish pasta. It is the real fish. Although you haven't put the accents on the S and the A today, so I don't know if that's correct or not. How you doing, Ikram? How good was Voronin? He had a nice ponytail. He had the number 10 shirt. And I remember thinking at the time, okay, Shevchenko's really good, so Voronin will also be really good. But he wasn't all that great, to be honest with you. Declan says, why drop Robertson and put Kerkers in? Yeah, I'm a bit bemused on that as well, to be honest. I was kind of expecting Robertson to be starting today. Kerkers is great, but he just hasn't really settled into the team yet. So I would have presumed like he would have gone for a bit more stability and just put Robertson in there. I don't know if part of the reason is he has Gomez on the other side. So if he has Gomez on the other side, maybe Gomez will tuck in as a centre back, which then gives space for a left back to run up and down. So therefore he's gone with Kerkez. But I think all will be revealed today. I'm curious about what the formation will be. Jeffrey says not having a joint makes me worried. Understandable. I'm a bit more enthusiastic than I was this morning. I think losing to PSV at home 4-1, that was probably the lowest of lows, to be honest with you. Give me a second. My phone's playing up, man. But I'm a bit more encouraged right now. But let's see. Fish says we should sign. You've mentioned this guy before. Is he like 27 or something, or is he a bit younger than that? TT says United. I can't lie. That's a good win versus Palace. I thought you were going to get battered, because Liverpool always get battered by Palace. So to not lose is good, and to win, you gotta just say fair play. I think I've googled him before. I think I've fallen. I will do it since since you asked. Okay, 23 is not bad. I'll have to do a bit more research on him. They've kicked off, which is fantastic. I'm trying to see if the formation's any different. Ooh, there's two up front. Okay, it's Isak and Wirtz up front together, ish. It's been 30 seconds and someone's gone down, which is fantastic. Which is exactly what you want. Where's the damn timer, man? Joe says, is it Slot's tactics or is it the general culture of Liverpool behind the bad results? Are they going through grief? It could be a combination of two things. Everyone kind of deals with kind of grief differently. So it's tough to kind of definitively form a conclusion on the grief aspect. But if we cast our minds back to the start of the season, they were flying. They were in first place. They were unbeaten. So I'd actually be leaning towards it being more of a tactical thing. Like grief could play a part, but like that's more of like a mental thing. So I'm not 100% sure. But tactically, it's definitely quite bad. He just repeatedly keeps doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, regardless of results. But today he's changed things up slightly, which is slightly encouraging. So let's see how that pans out. Tenerife couple says why? So 3 Ys. Is Kerkez in the team? It's a good question. I was expecting Robertson to be in the team, I can't lie. Kerkez is a good player, but he hasn't really had the best start to his Liverpool career. I thought he would have gone for stability and kind of gone for Robertson. If I was to postulate using big posh words, if I was to postulate what the reason is, he's got Gomez at right back today. So he doesn't have an attacking player. He's got Gomez at right back, who's very defensive. So I would guess Gomez is going to sit back as the right back, which then gives space to somebody on the left to run up and down until their legs hurt. And therefore he's gone for Kerkez. I would guess that's the reason. But you never know. Don't know what that means, Fish. Winner says, do we look shaky? It's probably too early to say at this point, to be honest. Ooh, Isak hits it over. We'll have we should have a better idea in about 10 minutes. Joe doesn't watch Liverpool personally, but what's different to last season? Teams know how to beat slop. That could be part of the reason. I think also Liverpool look less willing to kind of take risks. It feels a lot more patient, I would say. And the problem with patience is you wait around forever for the perfect opportunity, but that perfect opportunity might never arise. And in the time that you're waiting around for the perfect opportunity, you're just passing the ball sideways, passing it backwards, never taking a shot because you're waiting for that perfect opportunity. So in a sense, they seem a lot less willing to kind of take risks. I think that's part of the reason. I think another part of the reason is last year you had last year you had Diaz. Last year you had Nunes, who were a bit more selfless in the sense that they would be willing to sacrifice themselves for the team. Whereas this season, if you look at the front line, you've got Salah, you've got Gakpo, and you've got Isak, and those players are good, but they don't really strike me as selfless. Like, they all want to take the shot. If they get into a scoring opportunity, they want to take the shot. They don't want to pass. So I think that could be another reason. A third reason could be new players adjusting to the system. It's probably a combination of things, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's been no goal so far. Villa versus Wolves prediction. Probably 2-0 Villa. Fish says, Sal McAllister, I want Oxlade-Chamberlain back. As in the current manifestation of Oxlade-Chamberlain. Is he in Turkey? Does he even have a team? You'll have to... if he hasn't got a team, getting him back is a lot cheaper. Reluctant Gamer says, hey, I'm watching this game. Nice. Good win for you yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday, wasn't it? Newcastle versus Everton. Good win. I think my days are all crossed up, but I think it might have been yesterday. United 1, Palace 2-1. Boring game. Yeah. I didn't catch it. I saw the result. Defended by Gravenberch. Corner to West Ham, which doesn't really fill me with confidence. But at least Alisson's back. So that should give a bit of confidence. Charlotte says, hello. Ikram says, can Ekitike push for more minutes by January? He can. Unless there's a tactical change, though, I would suspect he's a backup. He's a bench player. As kind of sad as it is to say that, but like, generally speaking, Salah starts on the right. Generally speaking, Gakpo's on the left. Generally speaking, Isak's in the middle. So unless there's some sort of formation change, it's probably going to be a bench player, which is fine because you need strength on the bench. Pixel says, hey yo, how you doing? How was your Thanksgiving? I hope it was good. What was the final result yesterday of the is it Copa Libertadores? I saw some of it, but then I had to then unfortunately life got the better of me. Fish says, who on next match covers? I have done them. I did them yesterday when I was very busy. I can't remember. I can check in a few minutes if you want. Reluctant Gamer says, oh, by the way, I bought a game on Black Friday. Killing Floor 3. Now, Killing Floor 2 was very good. Killing Floor 3, which has come out recently and has absolutely been slandered for being a very bad game. So I wasn't going to get it. But on Black Friday, it was 13 quid, like 13 pounds. And I was like, that much for a new game? Let's go. So I got Killing Floor 3. It's not, to be honest, it's I can see why it's getting bad reviews. Like, the game isn't finished. The game's clearly incomplete. They've got a roadmap for 2026 where they're going to add features and that sort of thing, but it's fine, and like for £13 you can't really complain, but I wouldn't recommend it in its current state. It was good. 1 sec, grabbing coffee. Nice. I have had my coffee. I have had my coffee for today. Is it Merry Fishmas? Is that like a month before Christmas? What's the date? Well, what is the date for Fishmas? 1-0 Flamengo in the MMA match that was on yesterday. Charlotte says, why did the cat sit on the computer? It wanted to keep an eye on the mouse. I don't have a mouse though. There's no mouse. I'm using a trackpad. I do not have a mouse. There's a mouse on that computer. But yeah, the cat can sit on that computer. Fish says, check it. Jesus Christ, man, you're putting me to work. What did you want to know? Who's on the cover for the next? Is it Liverpool Sunderland? It's Ekatike and Xhaka. There you go. PSG lost. They are third in their league. Interesting. They're not quite having. Alisson's gone down. Don't be injured. If he's injured, I'm taking his shirt off. Actually, this is Mamadashvili's shirt. Honestly, if this guy's injured, I've had enough. You crashed into your own player. Don't go down after 10 minutes. Do not go down after 10 minutes. How are we playing? Okay. Nothing too crazy, to be honest with you. But like, Alisson's gone down again in 10 minutes. Oh, fucking clown is still down. He better not. He better not be. He better not be injured again. Reluctant Gamer says, I need to check Black Friday deals. Are they over? No, not yet. They'll be over on. So Monday's the last day because you have like Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So you've got until Monday. Oh, for God's sake, Mamadashvili's warming up. Have West Ham had any good chances? No good chances. Where we are always vulnerable despite all the possession. Very true. Like, they haven't had any good chances, but you know how like you can still kind of be on edge. You can still be on edge because you've lost you've lost like 9 games in the last 12. So it's a bit of that, I'd say. It's a bit edgy, but no good chances. I had a latte chocolate version from Starbucks, was nice, but Starbucks too expensive. Yeah, it's this country. This country is too expensive. In Canada, like a coffee from whichever, so Tim Hortons, Starbucks, like a coffee is £1. A coffee is £1 in Canada, and like a Krispy Kreme donut is also £1 in Canada. So like I was getting coffee and donuts every single day. But yeah, come back to England. There's a Costa Coffee like near my house, and they've got like a banner. They've got like a banner like for advertising, and it says coffee and toast £5.50, and I'm like, is that an offer? £5.50 for a and they're like advertising it. They're advertising it like it's a great offer. I'm like, what? A coffee and toast £5.50. I mean, that better come with a cow that gives me endless amounts of milk and butter for £5.50. It's insane. Everything's proper expensive. User says there's always one guy on the other side who's a thorn in our side. Very true. I wonder who it will be today. Have you watched any of the Sonic movies? I just purchased all 3 in 4K. I don't think so. I watched the movie. I watched the movie yesterday called Begonia. Have you heard of it? Begonia. I'll show you. It was good. It was good. I watched this movie yesterday. This one. So 2 conspiracy-obsessed young men kidnap the high-powered CEO of a major company, convinced that she's an alien intent on destroying the earth. I watched that yesterday. It was good. I'd recommend it. I'll give it 4 stars. But no, not seen any of the Sonic movies, but this one was good. I will not spoil it though. Jonathan says, hi brother, my mother. That's interesting wording, but how are you doing, Jonathan? Jonathan also says Liverpool will lose 2-0. I hope not. I'd like to see a win of some sort. Who's been dominating? It's been even. Nothing of interest has happened. Jonathan, also known as Shadow Guy, says 67 or 67. Well, the fact that I read 67 as 67 should prove that my mind has been corrupted. Canada is cheap coffee there. Yeah. Really good. Ooh, Verts. Good cross, but cleared. Food was a lot. Food in general was a lot cheaper in Canada. But yeah, just getting coffee from a shop in the morning and only paying £1, and then coming back here and it's £3 or £2.50. It's like, come on, man. They are pushing their luck. Resident Evil 2 and 3 is £15 each, or 2 for $25. Black Friday deal, fantastic deal. Yeah, I would be all on that. It's a good price. SuperTube says hello. How is it going? How are you? Headed over by Van Dijk. Jonathan, also known as Shadow Guy, says, "Do you want to play a game with me?" I'm a bit cautious to say yes. It depends on the game. If it's chess, you'd beat me, because you are the chess expert. So I would have no chance against you. Let's be honest. What's the top 3 Resident Evil games? Village is also £15. This is a controversial point of contention, because you can Google it and everybody will say something different. There isn't really a consensus. For me personally, I would say 2 is the best one. Then 3, which a lot of people hated, but I love 3. So 2, 3, Village, 4. No, 2, 3. There's also a precursor to Village that's just called Resident Evil. So I'd go 2, 3, Resident Evil, Village, and 4. I'd say Resident Evil 4 was the worst one, but a lot of people love Resident Evil 4. There's a point of contention. Jonathan with 5 milk bottles. That's interesting. SuperTube says, "What team do you support?" I'm supporting. I was going to say the green team because I'm wearing green, but I'm supporting Liverpool, and I hope they don't get battered again. This is the goalkeeper kit, but I don't know if it's super obvious. How about you, SuperTube? Who do you support? Said Ahmad says, "Hello, bro. How you doing, Said? I hope all is well with you." Corner by West Ham, but it goes wide. It goes wide. Reluctant Gamer says, "Resident Evil 4 is £15 also, so I could get all 4 games for £15. Is a bargain." Is that on PS5? You could. I would probably just get 1 or 2. Because there's a chance you might not like it. And like you might feel overwhelmed playing 4 Resident Evil games in a row, if you know what I mean. I'd probably just grab 1 or maybe grab 2 of them. Because once you finish the 3rd one, you might be like, now I've got to play another Resident Evil. But it depends. It depends how you play games, I guess. Said Ahmed is fine, which is good. How about you? Yeah, not bad, not too bad. Can't complain. Hoping Liverpool win today. Do you support Liverpool or West Ham or maybe another team? SuperTube supports Arsenal. Ooh, I think you're playing Chelsea, aren't you? You're playing Chelsea Chelsea later today. That should be an interesting game. Do you reckon you will win that, or do you reckon you'll draw? Or do you reckon Chelsea could win? What do you think will happen? Jonathan says, SuperTube, he's lying. He's a West Ham fan. Yes, I'm a West Ham fan. I just happen to be wearing a Liverpool shirt. Where is it? I just happen to be wearing a Liverpool shirt, but that's just to confuse people. Yeah, that's better. That's better, because I feel like if you get 4 Resident Evil games, you might you'll be playing Resident Evil for the next year, if you know what I mean. So yeah, 2 of them is good. Ooh, Isak! Good save. But better. That's better. Have you played the new Mafia game? I've never really been into Mafia. I was more of a GTA guy. But have you played it, and is it any good? Syed is studying and watching me at the same time. Nice. What are you studying? I might be able to help you, depending on what subject you are studying. So let me know. I'll see if I can help you. Jahan says hello. Khan Goat. Nice. How are you? Seven Enthusiast says words is cooking. I can't lie. Yeah, this is much better. I think the problem with having Salah and Isak and Gakpo is they all want to take a shot. None of those actually want to pass the ball. Whereas Wirtz actually wants to pass the ball, which is good. I mean, if you think about it, Salah's not going to be here forever. So in terms of Wirtz and Isak, this is the combination. This is your Salah and Mane for the next 5 years, 6 years. So it's important that they form a good connection. Syed says doing maths, but I'm not stuck. Okay, all good. You got it covered. That's a relief for me, because the last time I did maths was a very long time ago. So yeah, we'll say Syed's got it covered, which is good. Are you doing algebra, or are you doing derivatives, or are you doing trigonometry? I don't remember much more. But it sounds like you got it covered. Reluctant Gamers, not into Mafia anymore. Back in the days it was good. To be honest, that good turn by Gravenberch. The whole Mafia franchise I kind of missed that boat. I think I've got it on PC, you know? I think I've got it on PC. But I never really played it, to be honest with you. Jahan says, I've got the same goals as Wirtz in the Premier League this season. Me too. So that's something me, you and Wirtz have in common. Unfortunately, we don't have our salaries in common. But in terms of Premier League goals, that is something. So as you're doing trigonometry, a squared plus b squared is c squared. Just remember that, and you'll always be good. Ooh, that's got to be a penalty. No? That's got to be a penalty. Gravenberch ran into the box. He got slide tackled. I thought that should be a penalty. Jonathan says the game is, I will say a player and you will explain them in a sentence. Okay, I can do. Okay, fair enough. We can try. I'll try my best. Jahan says, but anyone didn't even pay €1 for me. Yeah, I know the feeling. Same here. I mean, well, here's the thing. Since me, you, and Wirtz all have the same number of goals in the league, then surely they should just split Wirtz's salary 3 ways. So if Wirtz is on 200, then we each get about 70. I think that's fair. Surely. Side is doing sin costan. Sin 30 is 0.5. That's how you know your calculator is configured correctly. That's the only thing I remember. When we used to do maths exams in school, like our teacher used to come around and say, always do sin 30, and if it says 0.5 on your calculator, then your calculator is in the correct mode. But that's all I remember, to be honest. So I probably not of much use. Fish says, can you do Real Madrid Man City? When is that? Shamoon Ismail Assar says, yo Azim, yo Shamoon. I mean, I'm not Azim, but that's okay. Said says, you kind of look like Amarim. Yeah, I get that. People say I look like Amarim. People say I look like Mo Salah, which is fine. That's okay. Somebody the other day, they said I look like the ruler of Dubai. Ooh, Gomez. This I can't lie. I can't lie. This is a better performance so far. But yeah, I mean, of all the managers to look like if you go down the list of kind of managers, I think Amarim is a good one to look like. Let's put it that way. Football skills footballer says, yo, it's me, 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 yo, it's me. Have I covered all of them? Oh God, there's one more. Yo, it's me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh God, now there's another yo, it's me. There's quite a few yo, it's me's. I can't lie, but I think Liverpool are going to win this game. Pixel says, you look like... I look like a slut. That's a new one. I've never... Surely I look more like Klopp than Slot because of the beard. And I was going to say because of the bad teeth, but I don't think I got bad teeth. But I'll take that. Slot is a young manager. Jonathan, clearly trying to get me in trouble with the Thomas you know who. Jonathan says, do Man City versus Real Madrid or we will cancel you. You already tried to cancel me with the Thomas Partey. What day is it? Tell me what day it is. Oh, we've got another one. Yo, it's me. Jahan says, you look 7% Amarim, I would say. Okay, I understand. But then my bigger question is, if it's 7% Amarim, then who is the remaining 33%? Is it like 67% Amarim and 33% like Sam Allardyce? Because that's an interesting conversation. Pixel says, why does Slot play the best big dom out of position every single time? Yeah, it's I mean maybe he's trying to be kind of edgy. At least he's kind of in the middle today, which is an improvement. I'm glad he's at least changing things up, if that makes sense. Which is a positive. Second is Joshua Kimmich. So I have to just say things about him. So he plays for Bayern Munich. I think he's number 6 now. So he took Thiago Alcantara's number 6 shirt. He's German. He can play right back, can play defensive midfield. He's got blonde hair, I think. Is that enough things? Football Skill says, do you remember me? I'm the guy with the Neymar picture. 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 I mean, if I didn't remember you, I certainly remember you now. It's you are impossible to forget. Fish says Wednesday, but Wednesday's the Liverpool game, is it not? When's the Liverpool game? You have to tell me when it's the Liverpool game. Jahan says the remaining, I guess 33% is a sports player. I don't remember his name. Okay, so I'm 67%. I'm 67% Amarim, and the remaining 33% is some sports player, which is a positive. It could be worse. You could say the remaining 33% is a terrible politician. I'll take that. I do not look like him. He's like 80 years old. How's Jomez doing? He's doing amazing. Jahan says, "Come on, you Gunners." I guess the G is Gunners. I mean, it could be Grimsby. But yeah, you're playing Chelsea soon. How's it going, Stephen? Were you the one that was speaking French the other day, Le Français? But I hope you're good. I was trying to respond in French, but I don't think it was working. Pixel plays Gomez right wing back. Is this in your Pixel 3-5-2 formation? Rotate with Bradley and Ramsey and Frimpong, but Frimpong will be right wing. And you know who I'm signing? I mean, I can guess. Is it a certain Colombian right back from the Palace that is crystallized? There we go. How much did you sign him for? That is the question. I'm curious. Fish says, I remember I support Gornik. Yeah, Polish. This is your Polish team, isn't it? They are first in the league. Jonathan says, explain them by talking about their footballing ability. Oh, okay. I mean, you should have specified that. Yeah, so Kimmich, he's a right back, defensive midfielder, good passer, decent tackler. Not very good header because he's quite short. But is that sufficient? Jahan says, yeah, I've had that as well. You look like the guy who got elected for New York mayor, Zoran Mamdani. Which is positive. I mean, a lot of people seem to like him, so I'll take that as a compliment. Football skills. It says, in my position, Arne Slot always play them out of position and wasted a lot of money words. The thing is, but you see, there's two halves to that. If he's playing them out of position, then the player can't really do anything with that, if that makes sense. Like, if he's playing Wirtz on the left, he's playing Wirtz on the right, he's playing Wirtz centrally. I do think he needs to work on the tactics, and at least he's changed the tactics today. So I wouldn't be ready to say a player is a waste of money yet, because it's just been 2 months. But I'm glad he's changing the tactics around a bit. Stephen is good, bro. Nah, I don't speak French. Okay, I might have got you confused with somebody. But yeah, it's good. It's good to hear. It's good to hear you're doing well. Gakpo. Ooh. Stephen says you're good. Yeah, not bad. Can't complain. Had a busy day yesterday. Today's gonna be busy again, but that's life. Going on holiday in 2 weeks, which I am looking forward to. So that's kind of what I'm focused on, to be honest. Fish says Google Modi. I know who that is. That's the Indian Prime Minister. Pakistan Zindabad says hi. How are you? How's it going? Jonathan's quiz. Number 3 on Jonathan's quiz is Pedro Neto. So he's a winger, plays for Chelsea. They bought him from Wolves. He's Portuguese. He's good with both feet. Good crosser. Got a good shot on him. Had some injury concerns in the past, but hopefully he's over those now. Fingers crossed. That's a new one. But I understand where you're coming from because of the beard. And you know what? This shirt, I don't know if you can see it, but it has actually got Mamadashvili on the back. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. Can you see it? So you are correct. Pakistan can see through walls. So I see where you're coming from. Steven says, where you going? Italy in 2 weeks. To Rome and then Naples and then a few other places. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm focused on. The thing is, whenever I'm at home, I'm like always just so busy. So there's always stuff to do at home. So I just have to book a holiday to get away from it. Pixel's getting him in January. Pixel says, F Zoran, I like his policies but can't vote for an Arsenal fan. Well, that's surely a deal breaker. Yeah. Zoran out, not Cuomo. Who's the other one? Siwa. The crazy one. The crazy one is Siwa, isn't it? Like, Zoran's the nice one. Cuomo's the sleazy one. And Siwa is the crazy one. with the beret. Fish says fishing. I agree with that. Reluctant Gamer's brother says Resident Evil 3 is amazing. Yeah, your brother is 100% correct. Resident Evil 3 needs more respect. Like if you Google it, people say Resident Evil 3 is rubbish, it's not good. No, it's a good game. It's a good game. I'm about to purchase them both, 2 for 25 quid. Well worth it. PS5 from Amazon. That's a good deal. So like 12 pounds each. I think that's the right level to target your purchase, because I think buying 4 of them would be too much, but buying 2, I think that's good. You are even wearing the goalkeeper kit. I am, and it even says Mamadashvili on the back. So you were more correct than you realize. Finley says Malik Theo can have my children. You battered Everton yesterday, didn't you? 4-1 or something. It's a pretty good result. Remove R in Pedro. You were about to catch me out, but I double checked it beforehand. Finley says, have you had a chance to play FF 26 yet? I have not. I've been playing Tormented Souls 2, which is a horror game, and Killing Floor 3, which is like a zombie shooter. Verts! Oh, he should have scored. He should have scored, but better. Really should have scored that, but better. That's better at least. But no, I haven't. I mean, I have a flight in 2 weeks, and I've got it installed on the laptop that I use for flights. So I could give it a go then. Maybe. I've heard like there's some things people like about it, and there's some things people don't like about it. What's your opinion on the game? That's it. Curtis Seaver. Oh, he's a United fan. I don't like him anymore. He lives with like 20 cats though, which is pretty cool. Fish says, rank these Champions League winners of Liverpool. I mean, rank based on what? Rank based on what? Like, tell me what you want me to rank them on, if that makes sense. Jack is not a huge fan of Wirtz, or not even a small fan. Reluctant Gamer says, Malik Theo is the best signing for us, then Voltemade. Yeah, 100%. Voltemade has been a bit of a surprise, because like whenever I saw him, was it for Wolfsburg? I always thought he was rubbish. to be honest, like I always thought it was rubbish. Walter made, but since he's come to Newcastle, he's gotten like quite a few goals. So I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. But yeah, they've both been good signings. All right, so there's a Chelsea fan and there's an Arsenal fan and there's a United fan. There's no Liverpool fans. We should make you mayor. Then I know you don't support Liverpool, but close enough. then at least we'll have some level of Liverpool coverage, even though you secretly hate Liverpool, but it's good enough. Reluctant Gamer says, I heard FM26 is terrible. A customer told me. Yeah, it's quite divisive. Like some people like it, but quite a few people like severely dislike it. They're just showing the stats. Liverpool have had 3 shots on target, which is something, I guess. The other teams had none. But yeah, it's divisive. That's probably how I'd explain it. A lot of people are saying the menus are kind of quite confusing, and like Finley's saying that as well. The menus are confusing, but the full game is better than FM24. I guess you can forgive it because like they're moving over to a new engine, and there's kind of quirks that they'll have to kind of work out. But yeah, I've downloaded the demo, and I saw like it was on sale Black Friday, like 25 quid, 20 quid, but I just don't have, to be honest, I'm not in like a Football Manager kind of mood at the moment. I'm more in like a FPS mood or like horror game type of mood. Fish said based on how good they were. Okay, like generally speaking, where is it? I mean, even good is subjective. Ooh, good cross, but save. I can't lie, Verts is doing really well today. This is a lot better. This formation looks a lot more stable. I mean, I guess you'd have to put Henderson number. Should we say at their peak? It's a tough question by Fish. Okay, but at their peak, like irrespective of injuries, irrespective of kind of fitness, I'd probably go Henderson, Milner, Lallana, Oxlade. There you go. People are not going to like that. Jonathan says, read my comment. You'll have to paste it again. It might not have come through. Ilanga had an absolute blinder yesterday. I can't lie. Newcastle are doing pretty good. The Voltamade signing's been the biggest surprise for me because I thought it was rubbish. Like, just being honest, before you signed him, I thought he was awful, but he's clearly not. I don't know what that means, Jonathan. Up the Chell, says Jonathan. It's unplayable on console. PC is very good. I would play it on PC, so that's a bit more encouraging that I won't have a terrible experience. Reluctant Gamer says Voltamade has been very good for Germany before he joined Newcastle, scored hat-trick against Spain under 21s and continued his performance. I haven't watched his performance at previous club. I watched a bit for him. I think it was Wolfsburg and a bit in the Germany senior side, and I never really understood the fuss, but clearly he's good. Clearly he is good. Kind of given how he's done since he's come in. Jonathan, where's your question? I don't see anything. You'll have to just paste it again. Reluctant Gamer says, I got Battlefield 6 and I'm having to translate the acronyms. I got Battlefield 6 and Black Ops 7. Not just saying, but Battlefield 6 is a very strong FPS game. Better than the previous by far, and I'm not a Battlefield fan. Nice, I might have to check that out. No, I have checked that out. I downloaded the trial of it. It's pretty good. The thing is with like certain games, you have to be in the mood to play that game. And right now, I'm just like in a horror game type of mood or a zombie game type of mood. So those are the ones I'm playing. But I shall bear that in mind. Pope's been the biggest letdown. Ah, I see. Yeah. So do you reckon you'll be in the market for a new keeper? Princey is all of us saying, "Please don't lose." Yeah, I know. That was me. That was me this morning when I woke up. I was thinking, "Please don't lose." I mean, I don't want to make any presumptions, but it's looking better so far. It's looking better. Berko says, "Sir, you look like my dad. You have unveiled a family secret. I am his long lost twin, who he does not know about, by the way. We were separated at birth. So yeah, I was given away. I was then adopted by a pack of wolves. I had to fend for food on the streets myself. And yeah, about 30 odd years later, I ended up here. But yeah, don't tell him. Don't tell him that his twin brother is alive, because he doesn't know." Fish says, "How good was Hipia?" He was good. He was good. I think he was signed from Willem II for like 3.5 million. He was good. A bit controversial. I never felt like he was ever world class or anything. A lot of people did. I mean, I thought he was good. I never ever felt like he was world class. It's half time. Still 0-0. Let's stop the timer so I don't get people saying, is the match still going on? Is it still going on? Is it all half time? So I will stop it. There we go. Yes, I heard FM26 is terrible on console. I've never played like any sort of football manager game on a console. I mean, can you even use a mouse, or do you have to use a controller? It would feel weird with a controller. I've heard FM26 isn't as good as as in FM24. So I think they brought out FM24, and then I don't think they released an FM25 because I think they were changing the engine. So they said, we're not releasing a game this year. So then they came out with 26, and a lot of people don't like that. To be honest with you, part of the reason, like, I just feel like football overload at times. To be honest with you, I mean, I'm sure I'll get to it. I'm sure I'll get to it. Or maybe FM27 once they've remedied all the quirks. I'm going to get in the horror game mood now, especially with my amazing recliner electric from Furniture Village for, was it like £1,300? And my new TV feels like a mini cinema with much better screen quality and way better seat. I will play Resident Evil tonight. Oh, so are you going to go pick it up? Are you going to go pick it up, collect it from August? But yeah, no, that sounds pretty good. You have the perfect setup for a horror game. Make sure you play with the lights off as well. No lights on. Lights have to be off. But yeah, it's Resident Evil 2 is one of my favorite games. So you will enjoy that. Charlotte says, is Anfield still Liverpool's biggest advantage? I would think not, considering how often they seem to get battered there. It's an advantage if the crowd is up for it, but that is a variable these days, to be honest with you. If they're gonna be up for it. Yeah, 24. Fish says Biscan. As in, how good was Biscan? I can't lie. Biscan was terrible. He was good in the season where Liverpool won the Champions League. Because for a lot of that season, I think people often forget, Gerrard was injured and Alonso was also injured in the knockout game, so Biscan had to play. So he kind of found a second lease of life there. But generally speaking, it was not all that great. Your memory is amazing, yeah. 1300. I do have a good memory, I think, generally speaking. I'll collect it from Argos. And yes, lights off, 100% horror game. Nice. Enjoy. You'll have to let me know. I'm back for the next Liverpool game, whenever that is. You'll have to let me know then how it's getting along. But it's a good game. It's good atmosphere. And I'm glad that you got the sound set up as well, because the sound in that game, there's a lot of like creepy music, and it's like the music's still in my head like all these years later. So that's how good it is. HB says, I think Wirtz has been unreal this half. He's had a really good half. He's picked out some very good passes and some very good positions. Killian also says Wirtz is playing well. Yeah. I mean, it's almost like, and I don't know if it's kind of harsh to say this, but it's almost like when Salah's not there, Wirtz seems to be playing a lot better. I'm liking it. He did an interview as well where he said he's put on about 2.5 kilogram of muscle, which is good. You're gonna need a bit more muscle for the Premier League. So yeah, things are looking good. I might say this is his best half so far, even though he didn't score or anything. I might go as far as to say this is his best half so far. Fish says, how good was Marc Gonzalez? Oh, that's a controversial one. Because I don't know if you remember. Actually, you probably don't remember because it might be before your time. But Liverpool signed Marc Gonzalez, and then his work permit was rejected. You might have you ever seen that before? Liverpool signing a player and the work permit getting rejected. So then he was delayed in coming to Liverpool for a year. He was a Chilean left winger. He got the number 11 shirt, and then when he finally turned up a year later, he was rubbish. And I remember when his work permit got rejected, Rafa Benitez did an interview, and he said in the interview, I can't believe they rejected the work permit. At least half the players in the league are worse than him. And I thought, that's interesting wording. Would you not say he's better than half the players in the league? I remember thinking, why are you saying at least half the players are worse than him? It's just negative language. But yeah, when he arrived, he ended up being pants. Jeffrey says, not the best performance. Still slow in running off the ball. Wirtz is on the top of his game. Yeah, I agree with Jeffrey, as always. I think Wirtz has had a very good half, made some very good runs, some very good passing. He just looked kind of awake. And he seems to be kind of more aware of his surroundings, which you can say has been lacking recently. But from Wirtz in particular, I think this has been a big improvement. And I think Wirtz and Isak are linking up quite well as well, which is fantastic. So yeah, I'm liking it. This looks like a different Wirtz, to be honest, compared to what we've seen recently. Which is fine. I mean, it takes time to settle in the league. It takes time to put on the relevant muscle. So this is good. Reluctant Gamer says, yeah, the sound system, I forgot that would sound great in horror. Now I'm more hyped. Yeah, I know more about your setup than you. I'm like, okay. There's the sound system that came with the TV, which is the soundbar and the subwoofer. There's the TV, which is LG C5, I think, which was like 77 inches, I think. And then the PS5 Pro. You got everything you need. And the seat, of course. Bailey says, finally, it's very entertaining. It's better than what we've seen. It's better than what we've seen recently. So I will take that all day long. Pixel says, I think Salah enjoyed playing with Diaz and Nunes. I don't think he enjoys as much with Isak and Gakpo. Yeah, he lost his best friends. It's a bit sad. I think it's like Diaz and Nunes moved to a different school, but Salah is still at the same school. So now he doesn't have his friends anymore, which is quite a sad story. I mean, it's the opening to a movie if you think about it. So there's some sort of movie where they're going to reunite. They're going to see each other in a shopping mall in 20 years and be like, is that you, Lewis? And Diaz is going to look like Diaz, but also not look like Diaz. And then they're going to meet each other and then become best friends again. That's the plot for a movie that I've envisaged. By the way, in this situation, Nunez is not there because Nunez is in prison. Like Nunez has committed some sort of crime, so he's incarcerated. But he'll run into Diaz. West Ham smashed my team, Newcastle 3-1. That's not what I want to hear. I was hoping this would be an easy win. I'm a bit less encouraged now. Brev says, hi, how are you, man? I'm good. How are you, Brev? And bro, LFC are so embarrassing that even Liverpool fans laugh. Yeah, I'll be honest. I was laughing as well. It's one of those things. It's one of those things where you can either laugh or cry, and I prefer to laugh. If it makes you feel any better, this half has been better. So it seems to be a different system. Wirtz is playing really well. Isak is playing better. Salah is dropped. Salah's not in the team. So I think this is better. And you know what? Even if they end up losing, at least he's trying something else. At least he's trying something else, which is positive. Yeah, I think Gravenberch and Sabazlai definitely are on quality, maybe not on form. Bailey has not fallen asleep yet. That's now you know it's a good game. Fish says, how good was Zenden? Zenden, number 32. I always thought Zenden was rubbish, but Rafa Benitez used to love him. Pennant was alright. Yeah, I think he was signed from Birmingham City, and then he got the number 16 shirt. He scored a very good goal against somebody, and then he did that celebration with his arms out, but I can't remember who he scored against. He was alright. Liverpool were in desperate need of wingers at that time. I think he went Arsenal, then Birmingham, then Liverpool. Alvaro Arbeloa was decent. Craig Bellamy, super excited about that signing, and then he beat up John Arnorisa with some golf clubs, and it was never the same after that. Will Gomez reclaim a consistent starting spot? I mean, he's playing alright so far. So if he keeps this up, maybe. What did Nunez do? Unspeakable crimes that we cannot speak of. Jeffrey says, even Ibu is playing well so far. Cross my fingers. Jeffrey's like, don't mess it up, Ibu. Don't mess it up, Ibu. Yeah, it's a more confident performance overall, I'd say. And they've created better chances, and I think Wirtz has been playing a lot better. And the shape of the team without Salah looks a lot different. So I'm hoping this is a sign of things to come. And the thing is with Salah, like, he's not going to be there forever. This is probably his last season, and if it's not, next season's probably his last season. So it's good that they're trying to find ways to play without him, if that makes sense. The way I see it, like, Wirtz and Isak, they're the Salah and Mane of the next 5-6 years. Like, they're your two big hitters. I know they're not both wingers, but in terms of being your two big hitters, it's going to be those two. So it's important they form a link. Chiesa deserves better. Yeah, I don't know what Chiesa needs to do to start, to be honest. I almost feel like the manager would rather play with 10 players than give Chiesa a chance. It's that crazy. Mr. Default says United. I can't lie. Good win for you against Palace. Because Palace tear Liverpool a new hole every time they play them. So to beat Palace away from home, it's a pretty good result. Baiji, we're gonna lose. I don't mind being called Baiji, which means brother. When I do mind is when it's like a 65-year-old delivery driver, which is what I had the other day. I had like a 65-year-old delivery driver calling me Pai, and I'm like, bro, I'm not your bro. I'm a bit too young for that. I think that's the sign when I needed to dye my beard. Yeah, Salah did it. Salah's benched. Salah's not starting. Or has not started, sorry, I should say. Yeah, Wirtz looks a lot more free without Salah. Again, it's not a dig at Salah, it's just the way it is. Wirtz seems to be playing. Oh, my Alexa's activated. Alexa, shut up. It's because I said Wirtz and then it thought I was saying Alex with an A at the end. I guess he needs to convert to Dutch. That is the magic formula. If you are a Dutch player like Gakpo, you will start regardless. I mean, to be honest, you might be onto something because all the Dutch players are starting. Gakpo, Gravenberch, Van Dijk. Frimpong is injured, fair enough, but you might be onto something. Jeffrey still wants to watch that fast rock and roll soccer, as in the heavy metal football. Yeah, I do miss that. And I think this team is suited to it. I think some of the players that they've signed in particular, I think they're more suited to the heavy metal football than the possession football. Like, look at Frimpong. He's a heavy metal player. Look at Kerkez. He's a heavy metal player. He's not, patient, pick out the perfect pass. Oh, give me a second. Give me a second. Me or you, who is a Inter Milan fan? I mean, I would presume that's you. But I cannot confirm that for definite. Speaking of Inter Milan, it's Liverpool. Inter Milan on. I don't think it's next week. I think it might be the week after. Can't lie, I'm a bit nervous about that game. I'm ever so slightly nervous about that game, especially because it's Inter Milan. It's Inter Milan away. Second half has started. Pixel does not like Benitez as a coach or as a human being, or Pixel would not pee on Benitez if he was on fire. Pixel despises every fabric of Benitez's being. I rate Gerrard more as a team leader for the 2005 win. Yeah, Gerrard completely carried that team. I mean, there's a 2005 win and there's the 2006 FA Cup as well, which ironically was against West Ham. And yeah, I think without Gerrard, they don't do either of those. Why is it remove the minutes on the clock? What's going on, man? Let me set that. There we go. Rajput says it's me. I thought you might be an Inter fan. Have you got a favorite Inter player? That is the question. Snapey Golf Snape says we are stagnation personified. Yeah, at this point they might need to just paint that on the side of Anfield. You know how sometimes you have like fancy buzzwords like intensity or aggression or vigor. We're just stagnation personified. I mean, to be fair to them, this performance does seem slightly better than the ones we've seen previously. But it's still not great, should we say? But I'm mincing my words, man. I can't get basic sentences out. It's better than what I've seen recently. But stagnation personified might need to be the new tagline. Or the new team motto. How good was Kromkamp? Jan Kromkamp, right back. I mean, I was excited when Liverpool signed him, but I don't think he was all that great. I think he was competing with Hassami, wasn't he? He was competing with Hassami for a starting spot, and I think in the end, to be honest, I think Hassami was probably better. To be honest with you, so yeah, not great. Even though I was super excited about him, I'd say not great. Rajput's favorite player is Lautaro Martinez. I mean, that's a good choice. That is a good choice. What do you think the score will be? It's Liverpool into Milan in a few weeks. You reckon you'll win that? I can't lie. I'm a bit cautious since you are at home and Liverpool are away. What about Mohamed Sissoko? He was signed from Valencia. Ooh, Gakpo. Why are you going for a shot? Why are you going for a shot there? Oh, what's Gakpo doing? Like, Isak's through. Just pass it to Isak. Like, Isak's right there. Just pass it to Isak. Why is Gakpo going for a shot outside the goal? You're never going to score from there. Even Salah's laughing at him on the bench. They're deliberately not showing a replay of that, but that was horrendous. What about Mohamed Sissoko? Yeah, I mean, signed from Valencia. Very good when he was signed, defensive midfielder. He was so good to the point where a lot of people were saying, you know what, don't play Alonso, play Sissoko instead of Alonso. So a lot of people were asking for Alonso to be dropped and for Liverpool to play Sissoko instead. Then I think he got a pretty terrible injury. And he was never the same after the injury, unfortunately. But yeah, when he was immediately signed for not a lot of money, I think it was like 7 million. When he was signed, he was. I mean, people didn't expect much, but he did do a lot. Rajput says maybe a draw because we lost the Milan derby and also in the Champions League. I'd take a draw. Inter are in very good form. Unlike Gakpo, who just jumps over the ball. Would you be happy with a draw? I mean, you said it was maybe a draw, but would you be happy with that, or would you expect a win? Zizo says hello. Zizo may be a Madrid fan. Is that Atlético Madrid or Real Madrid? Because you never know. But Liverpool look clueless right now. Anything can happen. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm not particularly confident. It's probably the worst run I can remember from a Liverpool team. I don't even remember a Hodgson team being this bad. Scotty would keep Arne Slot in a job for longer. Are you a Liverpool fan or not a Liverpool fan? Because I think the context of that might determine what you mean. Fair enough. Well, at least you're honest. Wirtz is on the left now. Why is Wirtz on the left now? Wirtz was doing very well in the first half centrally, and then Arne Slot, who Scotty wants to keep in a job, has decided to just change Wirtz's position, and I don't understand why. Like, if he was not playing well, I understood. But he was playing well and he's changed his position. Zizo is a Real Madrid fan. What's your opinion on the Alonso situation? Apparently he's at risk of getting sacked. Which is crazy. Rajput would want to win. Understandable, since you're at home. I'd be okay with the draw. Now, if Liverpool were in good form, I'd be hoping for a win. But yeah, right now I'd take a draw. Scotty says, nice to see you losing finally. Ten Hag and Slot something to do with bold Dutchman, yeah. Let's hope Van Dijk does not shave his head, because if Van Dijk shaves his head, that's the end. That's when you know you need to move him on. Thankfully, Gakpo's got hair, Frimpong's got hair, Gravenberch's got hair, and Van Dijk's got hair. But if that starts receding, then Liverpool need to start selling. How good was Glenn Johnson, Downing, and Donny? Glenn Johnson was decent. He was probably like one of the first attacking kind of right backs Liverpool had. Did he come from Chelsea? Was it free transfer from Chelsea, I think? But he was quite good. Downing was rubbish. I was so excited about Downing. He played on the left. I think he was signed from Middlesbrough, but he ended up being awful. Donny, is he the Brazilian goalkeeper? I don't think he had much of an impact, to be honest. Scotty said that made me laugh. That's what I'm here for. I'm glad. Charlie says, how's Kanate playing? Well, he's not playing like he belongs in a circus, which has been Kanate for the last month. So that's an improvement. I wouldn't say he's good. It's just not terrible. If that makes sense. So like instead of being like a 1 out of 10, it's a 5 out of 10. Scotty says, never heard of Donny. Yeah, I think he was like a third goalkeeper that Liverpool had maybe 10 years ago. And I think he was like Brazilian heritage, but he played for Italy, like one of those weird ones because of how it worked. But yeah, he wasn't very good, to be honest with you. That's probably why you've never heard of him. Zizo says, I think the coach Alonso needs some time to make the team better. Do you have any concerns about the team, as in Real Madrid? Because they're first, right? So you'll have to explain to me what the concerns are about the team. Has it been like a lot of like lucky results, that type of thing? Princey says we should not become like United. Yeah, I can't think of anything worse, to be honest with you. It's a corner to West Ham. Milan says, what do you think of Salah not starting? It's the right decision. It's the right decision. He's been awful recently. And with Salah not starting, Wirtz has had a lot more space, to be honest with you. Like, Salah's great, but he will shoot his shot at a 3 out of 10. Whereas you should only really shoot if it's like a 6 out of 10 opportunity at least. And the other problem is with Salah, the less he scores, the more shots he takes. And the more desperate he gets with his shots. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the guy. I think they should build a statue of him outside Anfield. Possibly also in the shopping centre if you want. But he needs to be dropped. Yeah, like a Diego Costa situation. Have you seen like Diego Costa in a Brazil shirt? Like if you Google it, it just looks weird. Vernon says USA World Cup 2026 winners. Are you from USA? I did visit the USA earlier in the year. It was very good. I'm a great admirer of your trains, the Amtrak trains, because there's a lot more legroom on your trains than the ones we have in England. So yeah, are you from the USA and whereabouts? Yeah, good way of looking at it. Scott, he says, "Are you behind?" Replying a long way back. Yeah, I'm on so I'm on TikTok and also on YouTube and also on Twitch, all at the same time. So it takes a bit of time to catch up. I will get there. I do get there. It's just sometimes takes a bit of time to catch up. Charlotte says mango, pineapple, or watermelon. Mango number 1, watermelon number 2, pineapple number 3. Not that pineapple's bad. Pineapple's also very good, but mango, nothing really beats mango, to be honest with you. Ooh, Verts is through. Verts. Ooh, good defending. Good defending. Verts is all over the place, and it's probably a good thing. Like, I've seen him in the middle, I've seen him on the left, I've seen him on the right. Robert says, sub the entire team. So embarrassing and pathetic. Wow. Is that the Liverpool team or the West Ham team? Scotty says, nice to meet you, my friend. I'll be back. Sounds good. Take care, Scotty. Fish says, red card Wolves. To be honest, I've not even been paying attention to what other games are on. Who got sent off? You'll have to let me know, Fish. Ooh, Isak scored! Are we going to get the celebration? We're going to get the celebration. Do the celebration! He didn't do the celebration. He did the gun celebration. Osman is very happy. Oh, I think Dexter might have meant Isak. His phone has corrected it to Osaka. I was thinking, why is Dexter saying Osaka? Your phone's autocorrect is pretty funny. I was like, yeah, I'm going to Osaka in like 2 months, but what about it? Nice goal. Reluctant Gamer says, Isak goal. Near post as well. Near post. To be fair, it's probably you were like so excited. Like, but I understand, like you were so excited, you just had to get it out. It's annoying when like iPhones do that. When you type like a word not in its dictionary and before you press send, it'll correct it. That's annoying as hell. But yeah, Isak. Shamoon says, "Yo, Azim, I don't know. I don't know the reference to this. You'll have to educate me what this is about." McAllister fell over and then someone kicked the ball into his head. I shouldn't laugh, but it was just kind of funny. But yeah, 1-0. Let's go. And Isak is also in my fantasy team because I always believed. Finley's going to be very happy about this. My uncle picked up Isak last time in his taxi. Nice. Did they have a conversation? Did they talk about anything? Did they say hello? Or did your uncle say hello, Alex? How are you? I picked up Paul Gascoigne. He is a legend of football. Was that kind of during his playing career or was that like recently? But Paul Gascoigne was one of those players who played it like didn't really play in an English style, and I say that as like a compliment. Like he was like he played a bit like a Brazilian player. Like he was a special player. It's unfortunate he had his kind of demons with respect to kind of substances and alcohol, but leaving that to the side, as a player, that guy was very good. Paul Gascoigne, also known as Gaza. there's me trying to be nice and sophisticated and saying yes, it's unfortunate about the demons that he experienced, and Reluctant Gamer is like Paul alcoholic time. Pakistan Zindabad says, yo Mamadashvili, I'm back. Good to have you back. You will forever be psychic because you actually guessed that the shirt says Mamadashvili on the back, which is impressive. I can't lie. Super impressive. Fish never felt more like singing the blue. What is the blue? Is that like a theme song for your team? Pakistan's in the ball says no way is X scored. He did, and it was a good finish to be fair. Near post finish low into the ground. But like proper like striker's instinct type of goal. But yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking the Isak goal. I'm liking the Isak and Wirtz. I'm liking the Isak and Wirtz combination. Pakistan's in the bod says Arsenal or Chelsea, who will win? Chelsea are at home. I mean, I suspect you might support one of these teams, so I have to be careful with what I say. Chelsea are at home. I'm going to be controversial and edgy and say Chelsea are going to win. There you go. What's going on there? Just spying on people outside. But yeah, I'm going to be edgy and controversial and say Chelsea going to win. Zindabad says, how bad are West Ham? Score. To be fair, West Ham are not having the best season. I think West Ham are like near the relegation zone, to be fair. I think Arsenal will get the win 3-1. Well, I think Arsenal will get the win 3-1, but if it was the end of the season, Arsenal usually don't do great, would have been a draw. I'm hoping for a Chelsea win. I think they'll be high on confidence. I don't recall the last game, but I feel like Chelsea did really well in that game. Stephen Hooper says, hello. One of the reasons I listen to you is that you do not talk like the usual football commentator. Appreciate that. However, you have started to say like a lot. Like, I'm glad you picked up on that. So if I say it, mention it, because sometimes I do that and it annoys me as well. It annoys me as well when I do that. So yeah, definitely point that out if I do that. Because it's not good, like, keep saying this, like. Ooh, sending off for West Ham. It is annoying because like a lot of the people I work with, they do that a lot, and then I think I pick up on it. So yeah, definitely point it out, and then it will trigger a reminder in my brain not to do that. Zindabad says Arsenal will win. What's your prediction for the score? Saliba's injured. Are both Saliba and Gabriel injured? That could be tough. Reluctant Gamer says City won the 91st minute yesterday. Yeah, Foden goal. Foden scored in the first minute and also the last minute. So he's definitely having a better season than last season, which is an improvement. Oh, is he taking Isak off? Don't take Isak off. You've just given us a goal, and then you're getting rid of him. Oh, that's the end. That's the end of Isak, unfortunately. They are really and is another thing I need to cut out. They are really rationing the Isak availability. Zindabad says Prime Haram Ball is impossible to beat, but only Sabazlai scored and won, But look at what happened to his team, even though he's playing good. Sabazlai has been the one shining light in a shower of rubbish that we have had recently. I was gonna say, speaking of rubbish, now Ekatike is on, but that's grossly unfair because Ekatike is very good. But yeah, hopefully Sabazlai can spread his good influence to the other team members. Zindabad thinks 3-1 Arsenal. I hope not, but you never know. Fish says Zabje win and Chozo lose. How is your team doing in the Polish league? Are they still first? Steven says thank you. Despite that, I really enjoy the way you talk. Like, yeah, definitely call it out because it irritates me as well. Sometimes I don't watch this entire thing back, but sometimes I clip shorts and that sort of thing. And the things that irritate me are when I keep saying like, and also when I say So yeah, definitely call that out. Zindabad says 2 streams at the same time. Yeah, so one's vertical and one's horizontal. It depends if you're on your phone or on your laptop. I am catering to to people of multiple persuasions. So some people prefer like the horizontal where you can see the room, where you can see what it's like, the room that I'm in, but some people prefer like a vertical one because they watch on their phone like that. So yeah, it's two at the same time because that's how nice I am. Fishinsky says who got sent off? It was not that I'm looking it up. Somebody. Sungutu Magasa got sent off. He should keep Isak until the 80th minute. Yeah, I want to see more of him. It's just a bit... I appreciate he's building up his fitness, but can you really build up fitness? If you're repeatedly just playing 60 minutes? Surely you go from like 60 to maybe 65 to 70 to 75 to 80. And then that way you eventually reach that threshold of 90 minutes. Surely that's the way you do it. Not that I'm a sports scientist. And given yesterday I consumed an entire pizza, I'm probably not one to talk with regards to fitness. But yeah, I want to see him for longer. Zindabad says 6-7 minute. Princey says thank God. Yeah, that is as good a reaction as we can hope for. Yeah, thank God we've scored. Fish's team is first. Do you reckon you'll win the league then? Reluctant Gamer says Zindabad, are you new to the channel? I recognize you from somewhere. I think he's new. I think it could be new. Who was the last one you recognized? Was it Zaim? It was Zaim, wasn't it? See, I got a good memory. I do have a good memory, to be fair. It was Zaim that you recognized last time. Fish says Google Ruchozo. Check where they are at in the table. Polish league. Is this your local league? So your team is first, 30 points. Your rivals, I don't even see them. Where are they? They're not. Is it number 4? Is your? So you're saying your rival team are Ruch Chozo? I don't see them. Is it Rakau? Oh no, they're in a different league. So are you in the league above them, or are they in the league above you? It's awfully confusing. very confusing. Yeah, it was the second yellow. Desto says if Liverpool were in a comfortable position, he'd have upped his minutes earlier. Potentially. I mean, I don't know. Is it a case of trying to give both Ekitike and Isak playtime? Maybe I'm just being a bit paranoid. But I'd like to start to see him get a few more minutes. Yeah, Zaim, your memory is great. Yeah, I do have a good memory. I can't lie. I'm bad at other things, but I've got a good memory. Fish says they're second in the league. No, they're not. That's Jagiellonia. That's a different team. Curtis Jones is coming on. Fish says Q. Zindabad says name 5 players that have played for both Chelsea and Arsenal. Okay, Petr Cech, William Gallas, Raheem Sterling, Jorginho, and is there a Ashley Cole? Ashley Cole, there you go. Ashley Cole, number 5. So who were the 5 I said? Was it Petr Cech, William Gallas, Raheem Sterling, Ashley Cole, and I said another. Carlo Cudicini. I think Carlo Cudicini play for both Arsenal and Chelsea? I think he might have done. Fish says I meant in the second division, dumbass. So are you like an entire league above them? That's pretty impressive. So they're in the league below you. Wirtz is coming off. If West Ham are losing to Liverpool, they'll get relegated for sure. That is the barometer. If you lose to Liverpool, you're screwed. I think he's trying to keep the players happy, Isak and Ekitike, but Isak was surprised he got off the pitch. Yeah, I mean, I would. I mean, if he's just scored, I think you should kind of make the most of that. He's high on confidence. Let him get a second one. I'm a bit disappointed that he took him off. Wirtz is off now as well. Ooh, Ekitike goes close. Zindabad remembers from a fitness stream. What is a fitness stream? Is that like exercise? Like you follow along the exercise? Like is that what it is, or is this something different? Havertz is a good one. Yeah, Jorginho was the one I said. Yeah, Nicholas and Alka, that's another good one. To be honest, there must be like a bunch. There must be a bunch of players. I said Carlo Cudicini. I don't even know if that's correct. Should we Google it? Carlo Cudicini. I think it might be. Oh, bollocks, that's wrong. Carlo Cudicini went to Spurs. I was like, I swear Cudicini played for Arsenal. He didn't. He went Chelsea, Spurs. Okay, I was wrong on that. But I did say Jorginho. Zindabad says, no way, we got 3 in 1. Mamadashvili, Mamdani and Amarim. You might need to combine the 3 names. I said like again. You might need to combine the 3 names into one. So you can call me Amadashni. you could combine the 3 into one and call me Amadashvi or something. Fish says something in Polish. which I agree with entirely, but I don't know what that is. Are you Shumail? No, my real name is Amir. I mean, that's close. If you change the A to a U and the I to an A, and then you get my name. So close enough. Rish says, Ruben says, and is that a picture of Amarim? we are having Amarim inception. Ruben says Liverpool will win. Is it Ruben as in you because of the picture, or is it Ruben because of me because I look like him? I'm a bit disappointed that they've made the end of this game a bit nervy because they've taken off Isak, who was doing great. They've taken off Wirtz, who was doing great. And now they're off the pitch. Reluctant Gamer says okay. Stephen says, reasons why I like your commentary. You do not scream and clap hysterically at your own jokes. I appreciate that. It gets me into trouble sometimes because people think I'm being serious. Sometimes I'll say very sarcastic things with a completely straight, deadpan face, and then people think I'm being serious. So it's good, but it does get me into trouble. I'm very good at saying things with a straight face and not lying. Like I can say anything. Did you know that I dress like a woman in my spare time? I wear a wig, I go out dancing, and I wear high heels. I've actually got 2 sets of high heels. I have one that are high and some that are very high. So yeah, I can say things with a straight face, which gets me into trouble sometimes. Risha says yes, both. Zindabad says Umar's my principal name. Does that mean I am your principal? You can tell your principal that you actually you probably shouldn't. But yeah, I have the same name as your principal. Mr. Default says, I can't believe Isak finally arrived after 13 games. Prime Rasmus Højlund vibe. To be fair, not quite prime, because I don't know if he's played in all those 13 games, but I take the point. Unfortunately, I guess Big Alex is going to stay and not get shipped off to Napoli. Which is unfortunate for him, because the food in Naples is quite nice. Which I may find out in 2 weeks, as I am going. Reluctant Gamer ordered Resident Evil 2, but the discount didn't apply. That's so annoying, isn't it? That's so annoying when you have a discount code, you get everything ready, you add it in, and then it says, sorry, the discount could not be applied. And I'm like, has my life been a lie? Cost 30 quid bargain, and I got UFC 5. 15 quid, as I enjoy fighting games. The UFC games are quite fun. I like watching, I watch UFC. I think UFC 4, the one that had Volkanovski. No, not the one that had Volkanovski on the front. That's UFC 5. But yeah, UFC 4 I played a lot. UFC 5, I've played a demo of it. It's good fun. But I do enjoy those kind of fighting games, more the UFC games or the boxing games. I prefer those kind of fighting games over like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. Fish says, what's A-E-I-O-U? That is all the vowels within the English language. I don't know if they form something together, but it's just all the vowels. Zindabad says, kind of. Reluctant Gamer shutting 4 p.m. So I'll pick up tomorrow. Looking forward to them both. Resident Evil 2 and 3. Fun awaits. Definitely. I mean, it goes without saying, but definitely start with 2 before 3. I know you do that anyway because 2 comes before 3. But But yeah, definitely start with 2. I don't think the stories are related, but yeah, they're not. But yeah, it makes more sense to start with 2. Paqueta sent off. Oh, is he getting sent off as well? The headlines are gonna be Liverpool beat 9 men. That's what the headlines are gonna be. Alan says, "Who buys goalkeeper kit? This guy." But to be fair, it's not real. It cost me £10, and I think for £10 you can't really complain. Get off the pitch, Lucas. Yeah, bargain. Now, if I was paying 80, 100 quid, then most definitely not. So I understand the confusion. Yeah, I think the headlines are gonna be Liverpool beat 9 men. Alan says, but United are better. I can't lie. That's a good result for you against Crystal Palace. I thought you were gonna get battered, um, because Palace batter Liverpool every time they play us. So to not lose is good, but to win that game, I didn't see the game, but a win is a win. That's an impressive result. Oh, I hope not. Imagine that. Imagine West Ham score 7 late goals with 9 men. That would be firmly within relegate the club territory. So they've got 5 minutes to score 7 late goals. You never know. And I can't lie, they're on the attack even though they've got 9 men. So even if they were to score 1, that would be quite embarrassing. But Liverpool should really use this opportunity to exploit the space and get a second. West Ham have 9 players, but it looks like they have more on the pitch. How's Ekitike attacking and nobody is supporting him? You've got a 2-man advantage. Just go for it. Ekitike is on the floor injured. Fish says, how's Lucas sent off? I think he was he was arguing. I don't know if it was a bad tackle, even though I'm watching it. But I just saw him arguing. He got a second yellow and sent off. Oh, was it within the 1 minute? Was it within the 1 minute that he got 2 yellows? That's kind of funny. What I will say is, if West Ham, not if West Ham do have 9 men, they should not be getting they should not be having attack after attack. Ever since they've gone down to 9 men, they've suddenly found a second lease of life. Oh, West Ham looking dangerous, man. Jared Bowen should have scored that. Varu Shabak says, I am from India. My question is, what's your opinion on Neymar as a footballer? It depends. Do you like Neymar? If you like Neymar, I might have to change. I might have to change my answer if you like Neymar. But if you don't like Neymar, then I can be honest. User says Liverpool getting gassed over 1-0. You got Sunderland next. I don't believe anybody's getting gassed, if I'm honest with you. I believe everyone is saying this is still not good enough. So the gassing may be in your mind. Or it could be other people, to be honest. But yeah, no one getting gassed here. Oh, is it 10? Yeah, what do you mean 9? So was Lucas the first sending off? I thought somebody else got sent off earlier, but that might Magassa Songutu Magassa. That was just a booking. So yeah, you're right. Yeah. You keep saying 9 men. And I've just looked at the thing and there's only one red card. I'm like, that makes sense. No, you are correct. It is 10. There was a booking earlier for like a proper nasty tackle and I thought, okay, that's the sending off. But he didn't actually get sent off. But since West Ham have gone down to 10 men, they've certainly found like a second lease of life. And they've started to look a bit more aggressive. And they've got a free kick now. If Liverpool concede this, the club should be relegated immediately. That's what I would do. Seriously, not trying to be racist. Do you support Liverpool for Salah? No. I started supporting Liverpool in 1992. 1992 was when I started supporting Liverpool. Players in the team back then, you had like Stan Collymore, Roy Evans was the manager, Robbie Fowler, Ian Rush. It was more when Ian Rush was getting towards like the end of his career and Robbie Fowler was kind of becoming the main striker. Alan is disappointed. Says never mind then. To be honest with you, I was glad Salah's dropped today because he's been absolutely terrible recently. If you could live in a fantasy universe, which one? I would love to live in a fantasy universe where Liverpool can actually win a game of football. Saved. Alan says West Ham scored, but it's a Liverpool goal kick. Liverpool are at least going for a second goal. Gomez, Gakpo, 2-0. Is that going to be disallowed or is that going to be given? It's an interesting way of spelling Gakpo. I think Alan might be watching a different game. Reluctant Gamers is 2-0. Yeah, 2-0's better. 2-0's better. Again, not going to get super excited. Not going to gas up a win as it gets phrased. But this is the bare minimum. This is the bare minimum that we should expect. Alan says, "Why are you not celebrating?" Because it's the bare minimum we should expect. Because it's West Ham. West Ham are terrible. I mean, I think if you're celebrating a goal against West Ham, who have 10 players, then you need to reassess your life. This is better. This is better. This is just kind of one goal in isolation. This needs to hopefully give the team a bit of confidence and hopefully carry on to the next game. But it's not a surprise, right? It's not a surprise. You change the tactics, you drop Salah, who's been absolutely terrible, and things improve. You play Gomez in right back, things improve. It's only what we've been saying for the past month. That West Ham stadium looks empty. Yeah, so many empty white seats. I hate to be judgmental, but do West Ham really need a stadium that is that big? The thing is as well about making your seats white is it just makes the empty seats all the more visible, if you know what I mean, because they are bright white seats. Alan says United will finish at least 2 places above Liverpool. So if Liverpool finish second, will United be in position 0? Yeah, unlikely. I mean, not impossible, but unlikely. What I'm curious to see now is he's won a game. I appreciate it's just West Ham. West Ham not great, but he's won a game. Is he gonna stick with this style of play for the next game? Now I appreciate the next game is Sunderland or something in the cup, so I can understand if there is a need to rotate in that game. But for the next Premier League game or Champions League game, will he stick with this? Because honestly, Alan says Sunderland will batter you. If he goes back to the old tactics, that's certainly possible. But I want him to kind of stick with this now. Michael says, can I just say to Liverpool fans, shout up. You lost 6 games and also 4-1. Again, nobody's jumping up and down, Michael. I think a lot of this is in your head. Everyone here has been saying this is the bare minimum expectation. Beating West Ham, who are terrible, is not anything to celebrate. It's not anything to poke fun at others about. This is the bare minimum we should expect. Pet says, are you happy? I mean, a win is better than a loss. I'll be happier when I see what happens in the next game. Because Liverpool have lost a bunch of games. And then they tried something different versus Frankfurt. And then they won 1 game. And then after winning 1 game, they then went back to how it was. They then went back to the old formation. Now, in terms of, am I happy? I'll be happy when I see what happens in the next game. If in the next game he continues this new formation, if Salah is still dropped, Gomez is at right back, Wirtz has a free role, Isak is up top. If he continues what he's doing today, I'll be happy. And to be honest, I'll be happy even if they don't win the next game. But if he reverts back to the backwards tactics of Salah on the right, Gakpo on the left, if he reverts back to the old way, Szoboszlai right back, then I will not be happy. Andreas says, how you doing in NNN? I mean, it's a bit late for that. Pat says, congratulations. Hope you smash Sunderland. They my rivals. Yes, the Mackhams. Is that what they're called? The Mackhams. Is it away or home? It's a very good question. Let's look it up. I think it's like Sunderland in the cup or something next. So I don't mind if he changes things up for that. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it's Sunderland at home in the cup. I think no, I might be wrong. No, it is Premier League. No, I'm wrong. Ignore what I'm saying. So it's Liverpool, Sunderland, Wednesday, Premier League. So yeah, it's a home game. So yeah, I hope he sticks with it. I thought this was Wirtz's best game. Yeah, me too. Especially in the first half, he was absolutely everywhere. The passing was a lot better. The runs were a lot better. He did an interview where he said he's put on 2.5 kilograms of muscle, which is starting to kind of show it. My main hope, like, a win is good, but a win is just one game, and a win is just 3 points, which in the grand scheme of things is nice, but in the grand scheme of things is a fairly small scheme. I want to see this setup, this lineup, this formation, this selection. I want to see this continue for the next game. Charlie says, Mamadashvili, you are correct, because I do have Mamadashvili on the back of this shirt. So I've taken his shirt, and I have also taken his beard. He's a bit taller than me, though. Probably significantly taller. I would stay for the Arsenal game, but I've done absolutely no exercise today. So better go do some weights. Which I'm not looking forward to. But it is what it is. It's at 4:30. Yeah, I'll probably just keep an eye on the score for that. I don't think I'll stream it. Arsenal going with Marino up front, which is interesting. But they've got Gabriel Jesus on the bench. I got a feeling Chelsea are going to win that game. Can't lie. But anyway, I better go now because I woke up late and then I've done absolutely no exercise and my watch is complaining, you've not done any exercise today, sort your life out. And I'm like, okay, Apple Watch, I'm going to sort my life out. Chill. HG says, much needed win, but we have to keep winning. We need to beat Sunderland and Leeds. Yes. Somebody earlier was jumping to conclusions that they made up in their own head when they were saying, why are you lot gassing this win? And I was like, I don't know who you lot is, but I'm recognizing this is just one win. 3 points is nice, but this needs to continue for the next game. And not just from a winning perspective, I want to see the same tactics in the next game. I want to see Wirtz having a free role. I want to see Isak up top. Basically just replicate as close as you can, replicate what you've done today. For the love of God, do not revert back to the PSV tactics, the Man City tactics, the Man United tactics. Do not revert back to the Salah tactics. Stick with this. Then we should be good. But yeah, I'm going to go now. Probably won't be here for the Chelsea game, only because I got stuff to do and then I got work tomorrow. And I need to do those things. But I will be back on Wednesday. So yes, have a nice weekend. I will see you Wednesday. Take care.